All right. Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey and Real Estate. I am Tone the Boss.
Lucas Burrington with Burrington Real Estate, AMMT, and the
Manikka with AMMT.
The better half.
You look like you got an attitude before we even started, Manikka. What is that?
I don't never know how I'm supposed to do my introduction. Normally it's just Manikka, his better half. But I mean, I guess I work for the company, so maybe I need a new...
little tagline.
Hey, come up with something.
How we doing this Friday? You guys' Friday is busy and crazy as mine?
Yeah, it's a stressful Friday. It's been a hell of a week. I mean, but a good week. It's been a good week for business, a bad week for staff, employees, and just bullshit. I mean, it's been a lot of BS this week. It's a lot of people in their fields, staff in their fields, girlfriend in her fields, everybody in their fields this week.
I think we got an episode title. Feels.
It is
How
about
you
your
feel?
feels. Well,
who's in their feels?
Yeah, well, and it
How
goes.
does it make you feel?
Right. So that is the reason that's a good little interlude to what we're drinking today. So we try to. I was always in college a blackberry brandy guy because we're in Iowa and it gets really cold. And the campus I played football and baseball at, our walk just from the locker room to the field was almost a mile, and then walking from campus to whatever. So we always carried a blackberry brandy whiskey flask in our. One of us guys always had it. So the Bird Dog came out with a blackberry flavored whiskey. It's got a caramel dye to it, and this is also made out in that Tennessee area that we've been talking about, the Lynchburg, and where we want to go on that whiskey tour. Yeah. So this actually got a really good.
Do we have
flavor.
a date on that tour yet? Oh,
no.
Man, my mic is.
There we go. You're back.
Yeah. All right.
We do not have a date yet. We do not have a date yet. But
we have our dates, but we need a date.
Yeah, they all sound good.
Oh yeah.
So this is a Bird Dog blackberry flavored whiskey. It is. We're gonna try this right now. Yeah. Manikka's over here is mixing it with some rum chata because she likes cinnamon toast crunch.
Never had this. That is good.
Yeah.
Wow. Is this my favorite?
Yeah, this is good.
What just happened?
Yeah. Just put it on some ice.
What is this?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Is this at the bars?
Yeah, I don't know. We need to make sure.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I need to reach out to somebody.
Yeah.
What we got on the back of this? Because this is serious right now.
Yeah, that's a fun one right there.
Hmm.
That one you can get in trouble with for sure.
Interesting.
Yep. So you're educating yourself. So the Bird Dog is kind of like that Tennessee smoke that we had last episode, where it comes in sorts of flavors. We did the peach last time, and heck, Manikka was still drinking on it this week. So
It's good.
Yeah, it's that blackberry flavoring. I never even thought about that, and that is good. And I've had the blackberry crown that they just came out with, and then I just had like a blackberry mule that was really good not too long ago. So, but this is good. That's dangerous.
Throw it over ice and you're good to go.
That's dangerous.
So getting into fields, this is trying to get me in a better field because we do got to go back to do some paperwork after this. So our day is not done as soon as we're done here. So, and we got to return a couple calls, but it's definitely, you can tell holiday season's right around the end. You can tell there's been a full moon. I kid you not, it does play.
It was a full moon on the day, wasn't it? You could just tell by people's attitude,
oh my goodness,
energy.
Oh Lord. And we're getting into final quarter of the year, so. As a business owner, there's so much things going on with the market right now. We are 10 days away from the presidential election race, so everyone's freaking out either which way. Mm-hmm. So they're in their feels about that. I mean, you got people losing friends because of who you're voting for, and now that stuff, early voting starts Monday. So we try to stay out of that scene because I can't win either way I go. I got clients on both sides of the tape, so I avoid that talk. Although we have mentioned many times leadership does matter. Yeah. We've seen that over the last 4 years. So we're in the final quarter of stuff. This is where our changes for 2025 starting to get announced to our investors, and 2025 changes for our staff. start announcing. We start to do end of the year meetings. I had one just with one of my realtors before we got here today, and it was a come to Jesus talk. And then you got just fat. You want to trim off the business by the end of the year, so when the year starts, it's up and running and going where you need to go.
Yeah.
We got the music awards next weekend.
Yeah.
So,
can't wait.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, Manikka's been freaking out all week about her hair. So, dude, does she get a tie?
Your hair looks great today.
She looks great. She's like, do I
you
get
can't just rock this all week? This isn't the style for the music awards?
No. I don't know what my style is going to be. I've been debating between a half up, half down, a ponytail.
I went black on black with the tux.
Yeah,
I was about to say, have you guys did anything yet where y'all have dressed up?
Yep. I ordered my dress.
We dressed up in Galena.
Nice.
Then we were dressed up, obviously, for the podcast awards.
Yep.
In case you didn't know, this podcast was, top
nominated.
4. Yeah, we're nominated here in Iowa.
Oh, we're coming for everything next year.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, if we would have been in, we should have been in more fields than we were in because we would have walked away with so much more.
Oh yeah. Kalen just hit me today. He wants to start this basketball one, so expect the spinoff. 4 seasons deep. We're probably got another 6 seasons at least left. So. Might as well get the sports spin-off. We've been talking about that since probably season 1.
Yeah, since we started. Britton was with us before we left.
Nice.
And I'm like, you coming? He's like, well, if you tell me what we're going to talk about. I'm like, we never know. And I'm like, what's
he worried about? Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Britton, this is a safe zone.
How far are we going?
Yeah, this is a safe zone.
You can vent here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have the sip of whiskey and we'll see how.
Yeah.
We went from 0 fucks the entire show for seasons, and then Chuck had a glass of whiskey for the first time.
And by the time he wanted his second glass, he went straight to the bottle, no glass.
Yeah. He got to really venting. He needed that drink.
Yeah, he really liked that whiskey reserve. And it's one of my favorites, so I understood why he liked it.
And he is a non-drinker, so we do some things here. Yeah, Talk to me about today's market, Lucas.
The market it's been a very good week. We listed multiple $300,000 houses, already got activity. We went live yesterday. We already had showings this morning. We put 5 deals together already this week that were not even on the market. So nice. Investor. We just listed a duplex in Waterloo yesterday. We already got 2 offers on it this morning.
Nice.
And it's benefiting the why people need realtors. We've got into talks about that in previous episodes, and why people need realtors is 2 of these properties have already been listed with someone else. Actually themselves. They try to sell it themselves.
Wait, FSBO?
Yep, they try to sell them themselves. And the 500.
That's a dirty word here.
Yep. It is. Well, and that $500,000 property we put together was an FSBO, so a for sale by owner, and he couldn't get it sold. So he agrees. He's like, all right, Lucas, I'll pay a commission for you to bring. And of course, I had buyers in my back pocket.
That's the beauty of realtors.
So the day he gave me green light to show, I brought my 2 couples in, and we done.
Yeah.
Locked in.
Yeah.
Signed, sealed.
Yeah. That was something because I rewatched the episode with Mod, and I wish you guys would have. I felt, and it's just you guys not knowing each other as much, but I felt like you both held back. Mm-hmm. But he was asking like, why do I need a realtor? But you should have said that. The Lucas I know, you should have just opened up like, man, I got buyers in my back park. But like, how many people are you gonna? You have to know your people that you're selling to.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I have a line that I'm holding back, and I'm like, it's gonna happen, guys. Yep. It's gonna happen. And the moment you switch from being FSBO to, all right, Lucas, they're already running in. All right, offer. While you were, struggling, like that's maybe not him in particular, but that's the beauty and the power of the realtor.
Well, and Mod reminds me a lot of one of my best friends, Elias, and I just sold one of his today that he was for sale by owner on. Mm-hmm. Same thing. He's like, I can do this on my own. I'm like, all right, it's a race. Let's do this. And so I just literally locked that one in Chuck is showing 2 more of his tomorrow. So we might move like 3 or 4 of his properties that he's been trying to do on his own.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that, and not all realtors are like this. Now the duplex we just sold this morning, that Bluehead, he had it on the market by himself, and then he had it on the market with a different realtor as well. And you got to know who you're listing stuff with too, because like with what I do, I have buyers in every range. Mm-hmm. I've been doing this for 14, 15 years. So I have a buyer in every range, and I have a house usually in every range.
Yeah.
So I can usually put A and B together. A good realtor knows how to put A and B together, no matter what.
The right buyer with the right seller.
Correct. And that's the first question that you need to ask, and ask for proof. Because, of course, every realtor's been like, yeah, heck yeah, I got buyers in my back pocket. Do you really?
You have the right buyer for this seller.
Yep. And so why? Okay, prove that you do. I'm like, all right, so let's sign like a temporary listing. And I'll load you up with showings. Boom, 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 just to prove my worth.
Yeah.
I'm okay going through that interview process and people saying, hey, let me see what you've done for me lately type situation.
Okay, because you're a veteran in this, so like,
yeah, I'm cool with it. There ain't no one that can touch what we've done.
Yeah, but it's crazy. You still are willing, number one, get asked to prove yourself. Still, like, hey, the work speaks for itself. But I'll still step out here. Let's do a temporary listing. Let me just show you the proof is in the pudding.
Right, and it's you get into it. I mean, and You've seen our numbers before we started the podcast. You've seen it when you were going through your classes, and then you bring some grade A realtors on this, and they're like, "Man, I've done 6 million, I've done 10 million." I'm like, "Shit, that's a bad year," you know. But
like, oh man, you all right?
Yeah. And then you get one that says, "I never want to do that amount again." I mean, and I never want to do what our normal amount is either again. So we have a variety, and the most important thing is we've positioned ourselves in the market where we have buyers, we have sellers, but we also have created good relationships with realtors. So I can call multiple realtors. I got called by a realtor on the way here and be like, yo, I got this coming up. Tim Nash and I mean, prime example, we just put 2 deals together because we communicated. And my investor's happy because he got an offer on it. It was never, his house was, the triplex was never even on the market. Yeah. He got the price he wanted. He got everything he needed. Now he's going to go buy one because I had a seller that's like, man, I need to drop this house, not on the market. She's like, Lucas, just give me a couple feelers out there. My handyman actually gave me the lead, and I already knew her though, because I sold her a house years ago. Yeah. And so she's like, I need you to walk this property. I need you to get this thing going. So putting A, B, and C together here. So Tim Nash and I, we get together, we do this podcast for an episode. We start talking business. We start doing that. We end up putting 2 duplexes and a triplex together. Yeah. The owner of one of my duplexes then is like, oh shit, well, I got this sold for the price we're on. I don't want to pay taxes on this. I need to go find another house. Mm-hmm. My gal that's over on the southwest side says, hey, I need to sell this house. I don't care what I get on this. I just need to make this amount of money. Yeah. So let's get this moved. So I'm calling guy that's got too much money because he doesn't want to pay taxes. Yeah. This is a perfect fit for him. So we just took boom, boom, boom. And they're just right there, 7 transactions. And you just popped them all together. And you just popped them all together within 24 hours. Yeah. And it's like, if you keep, in real estate, if you keep...
the magic of the realtor.
It's a fact. Why do you need realtors? Because no one else has that in their back pocket out there. Yeah. No for sale by owner is going to be like, man, I got 10 buyers just sitting in my back pocket that I'm just going to go for sale by owner, and all 10 of these are going to come through. Yeah. Do you know if they're qualified? Yeah. I mean, that's a key thing too, is we qualify people before they come through. Where if you go for sale by owner and they see that sign or they see it on for sale by owner site, all non-qualified people that haven't been to a bank that don't know, they're calling. They're like, hey, let's work a deal. Yeah. Well, you're not qualified. Why would I do that? Can I see your pre-approval? Oh, we haven't gone through that process. So just let me walk your house.
You're spending so much time disqualifying people that you're losing the value and even the effort that you're putting into telling people like it's not going to work, or you really think it's going to work with somebody, and then you find out they're not qualified. The realtor already eliminates that. I already knew they weren't going to make it past this last step or past this, or didn't have these funds available, or the credit wasn't this. But because you did FSBO, you had to investigate and go through this yourself.
Well, yeah, and you didn't know what quality was coming through. You didn't know if the person calling you off the sign was your neighbor. You didn't, because there's so many variables that go into that we pre-screen.
That's interesting, and that just made my wheels start. So, yeah, a neighbor, just to be nosy, is going to call and ask a billion questions to you and have no interest whatsoever in buying if it's FSBO. How do you stop the random inquiries? How does that?
Good question. So, this should be every realtor's first step. It should be. It's not, but it should be. The good realtors, the busy realtors, this is our first step. I can tell you, every single one, every good realtor that's out there that's got business, their first question is are you pre-qualified?
Nice.
And if they say no, okay, let's go through that process. Well, okay, you're not serious then.
Once you get scared, avoid it. Yep. Never mind.
So you got a $500,000.
Here's a link to the website to get pre-qualified.
Yep.
Talk to the computer.
When you're ready, let's go. So that's one of our very first questions when people are calling is like, hey, are you pre-qualified? Because we don't want to bring people through houses that aren't pre-qualified or have zero desire to buy. Because, I mean, you are, especially if they live there. I mean, so just imagine, Tone, you're listing your house. You get Jack and Jill Realtor calls you up and says, okay, I want to show your house tomorrow. Thanks for putting it on the market, blah, 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 blah. Or on for sale by owner. Thank you for that. And you're like, all right, sweet. I'll make sure the showing is now you've uplifted your kid. You've had to go. You had to spend 4 to 5 hours cleaning, decluttering your house, and then here to find out it's just your neighbor.
Oh,
so that's why.
Wait, don't you already have a house? I just wanted to poke around.
Yeah,
I got a sitter. I rearranged this.
Exactly. So that's the prime example of why you need someone pre-qualifying your people.
Oh, that's good. Where was this on that episode?
Right. But again. We'll bring Mod back.
Yeah.
We'll bring him back. But, I mean, it's...
You didn't want to get their feels in that episode.
No, because we are definitely in feels. So let's go back to feels here. So let's go to the property management side. It gets real rough this time of year for property management because we start increasing people's property management rates for investors. Everything that didn't go right throughout the year that we need to make adjustments to, whether it's... And Manikka can speak more on behalf of this because a lot of the stuff we make adjustments to at the end of the year that goes out into our end of the year newsletter and into the updates of our property management agreements is based around what didn't go right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it's either the market's gone up, so now your property management price goes up, or we've been charging low. Or Manikka's prime example is she's not paid to sit there and go get you the dimensions of your washers and dryers and your fridges and keep a checklist of every single appliance you have and stuff like that. That's not her job. Our job is to manage your property, to let you know when something's not going right, to collect your rents, to kick people out if it needs to be happening. But she is not an appliance person. She is not.
I mean, technology today too. Like I was helping Mod with the sound at the new location, and I asked, "Do you have a tape measure?" And he laughed. Opens the iPhone app and like clicks the start point, goes across the room. Have you done that yet?
Oh yeah.
That shit is amazing. So don't call me to go to your property and measure something.
It doesn't be that. It gets to the point where they be like, well, do I have this? Why would I know what you have in your property? Like I had an owner literally goes, well, what year is the washer? How the hell am I supposed to know? You put it in there.
Yeah. I mean, and so it's like... there is a line that does go above property management. Like we will know if it's a standard fit into your area, if it's a standard hole, if it's a standard height. But we're not going to be able to tell you the make of the model. We're not going to be able to tell you. Now, if we put them in, if we meet the order and we're the ones that are doing the install, we'll have a record of all that.
Yeah.
But if we're inheriting your property and you got 70 units, I'm not going to know what all 70 stoves and fridges and everything is because, quite frankly, you're the one that tells us that we need to take one vacant unit's fridge that's there and put it into this other unit while it's there so you don't have to buy a new one. And when you fill the vacant one, let's go buy a new fridge then.
Well, let's also be honest about how many properties are you managing now? Like north of what
500.
number? Over 500.
Yeah.
You think I know the year this unit in this in this city?
And why can't you get that to me right now? Like, yo, you hear the train in the background.
I got 10 more meetings today that I have to memorize what we're talking about.
Well, and so this investor I met with before I got here, who happens to also be one of our realtors, one of the main things I had to explain to him is he's like, I feel like the enemy when I walk into this office. I'm like, well, quit creating enemies. I'm like,
stop making it hostile.
Yeah, and I'm like, you need to understand that you need to give them the same amount of respect that you expect. Mm-hmm. So, he is one of those that will call every half hour to an hour until you get him the answer he wants. Mm-hmm. And that just does not work in our field. It does not work because there's so many variables. If I'm available at that time, I'm going to look into much what I can, but I may need to call a tenant. I may need to go walk it physically myself. Which requires a 24-hour notice. Yeah. There's so much variables that go into that. I can't get you an answer right now. And you saw the text as I was walking in that I read you out loud. I mean, I had one guy that says, I need that video of this and that. I'm like, okay, I'll get it to you when I get back to the office. Yeah. I also need to know this, and this. And he sent the same text 10 times in a row. Yeah. And I just like excuse my language, fuck, man. I'm like, I got it. I heard you the first 4 times. I verified I got it, and I'd get it back to you when I get to the office.
Exactly.
I mean, if you want me to drop what I'm doing and to go do this, just imagine if you're the investor that I'm already on, I have an appointment with.
Exactly. And that's the thing, too, that I definitely have to explain that in music a lot. Like, hey, you're your main character in your story. The whole world ain't your story, like, alone. I'm the main character of my story. I'm going to get to you. Yep. And that's the thing people confuse. Like, if you don't respond right away, I'm not a priority to you. Mm-hmm. No, I just have other priorities. Like, I have to separate. I have to delegate. I have to manage. I can't get back to you or get you your answer immediately because there's 10 other yous also asking me questions. So I have to, go at this at the best pace that I can. And then there's also, I just needed a mental break. I just needed to hop on this podcast. I just needed to, let me be human. Let me have a personality outside of your needs.
Right.
And people forget that. They really get entitled to your time.
Yep.
That's unreal to me. Like,
well,
Manikka, you have something to say about this?
No, because he got on my case. Because there's certain people that I just do not. I don't entertain. I don't have time to get back from you. Well, because they'll send an email. Okay, I responded to your email. Mm-hmm. Now you're sending me an email about the same thing that I just responded to. And then you want to call. All right, I sent it. Like, I sent, how, I can't reword it. I can't do it in no other way than what I've already done. So then they think by re-accent in a different kind of way or switching up a word or taking out something. And it's like, no. And so then they email, of course, Lucas goes, oh, I haven't got a response. And no, I'm not going to write you every hour. I'm not going to email you every day. I gave you an answer, and that's that. It's not going to change no matter how many times you choose to email me. So instead of going back and forth with you, I just won't respond because you got the answer. And so then he'll go like, oh, this person said they're not getting a response. And then me, go to my emails. Nope, you got a response here. I talked to you there, and that's that. Yeah. You want to keep asking the same stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have a different answer.
The same questions. I can't.
I'm not going to respond to you.
Refer to email 1.
Right. I did that, and he got so one.
You did that? You did.
They got
Please
so
reread
mad.
the first email.
And they called them.
Man, there should be like a filter before she hit. When she hit
send somebody
magically it should
AI.
Come to me, and then I can correct it.
Oh, I got for real AI, dude. AI is my best friend. So I got somebody that is one of the most helpful people. That's just a part of my staff and just volunteers. And I'm sorry, but she knows. She can't spell worth of shit.
Yep.
I got pissed off because she responded to somebody from the Iowa Music Awards page, and she started a sentence, and it didn't capitalize the letter I. And it was the word I. I will handle it, and it was lowercase I. And I'm like, we can't look like that. Like, if you let them know it's you that's responding, maybe, but you're still representing our company and our brand, we cannot look like that. Moving forward, type in your response just like how you want with the bad punctuation and the misspelled words, but type it into AI and just copy and paste from AI. Like, AI, make this nice and professional. It will say everything that your intentions are. All you got to do is copy and paste it. I think what you're doing is you're sending it with your feelings and how you think.
Oh, yeah, she is. Don't let her tell you that.
No, that's not true.
Put it in AI and say.
That's not true. That is not true. So if you have someone that's constantly
coming feels right now.
It's not.
There it comes.
I hit him with the as previous conversation. This and that. Now when I do get in my feels, I do use AI. I actually love AI because I get in there and I type it the way that I want to say it to.
Yeah. Tell this motherfucker.
It's exactly right. I walk by the door and I'm like, what?
That's exactly how I do it.
Oh, I love it.
And it is. It's a good venting for her, but I feel the daggers as I'm walking by.
Like, I think I typed faster than I thought I could type.
You just slamming the keyboard.
I be in my moment and they be making me so mad.
Oh,
and he looks at it, he goes, your emails be different sometimes. If I'm in a good mood, and it's not someone that pisses me off, I just email it. But if you get me in a moment and I'm tired of you and I don't want to deal with you, it's all AI. So I'm like, when you see those emails coming in and it says, dear, whatever, no, that's all AI because I went in there and I cussed you out and it made it come back, the way that it needs to be.
Well, and so, and it's true because now this is where the fields come in because now my staff doesn't see AI when Manikka's in her mode too. So they get the real Manikka. So I'll get the text message like, why is this a hostile environment? Shit, Manikka, you can go home for the rest of the day, all right? Like, girl, go grab a drink.
He's got some pussy stats.
Oh my God. Those, and I'm not gonna repeat that word, but those are sometimes necessary.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There's work for those kind of staff members. Don't be scaring them away.
It's exactly right. And just because they don't fit your mold, don't mean they don't fit the business mold.
Exactly.
It's not even a fit my mold. Those staff that complains are the same ones that know that they done done something that now, instead of you communicating and owning your shit, that I gotta come and find out later.
You gotta know strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Yes, what they're complaining about is their weakness. What are their strengths? Stop focusing on their weaknesses.
It's not focusing on
so
their
let's
weakness.
put this into real estate terms.
Do what you're supposed to do. If something is messed up,
but you gotta understand real estate terms.
You hide.
Let's go real estate terms.
Okay,
so
let's go.
everything is every property in the United States has a water table, and that water table, no matter what, is still wet.
Yep.
You know, at that water table, it's still wet.
Yep.
Some properties have a high water table, but it really looks nice. So for the ones that don't care about the basement, and understand that there's a high water table and there's 2 sump pumps in each corner of the thing, okay, that's a property for them because they don't care about that stuff.
Yep.
That's like an employee that, might have a little teary-eyed here and wants to walk out on a Wednesday or something like that and just collect her thoughts. We still need that. That still works for our company.
I give your employees the 5. That's what you told me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slap, bitch.
Yeah,
so
it is.
You have to be held back. All right, can they get 5 chances before you slap? Stop just slapping our employees. Yeah. We're not gonna have employees.
So the five finger goes.
We talked about it last episode.
Let's go with the
recap. Go ahead,
recap the 5. The recap is: did you give them clear expectations?
I did.
Did you give them the tools to do their job?
I did.
Did you follow up?
Yep.
Did you follow up again?
Yep.
If you get to this one, and now if you go this way, it goes, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? Now they're here and saying,
and that's when it's hostile.
To you if they get to there.
After I follow up 5 times, you're not gonna. You just like these
investors.
I feel like keep asking me the same shit. I already answered it.
I feel like you're already ready to get through the 5. You can't wait.
Oh,
you walk up to him. You say something? Huh? Oh, I just did 1. And like you're counting that. Like stop going in ready for the 5 fingers.
It's like Chris is like, why does she only got 3 at me right now? I'm like,
happening?
Dude, dodge the next 2. Like, go home. Let her start over tomorrow.
Oh Lord! I just watched an interview with Glorilla, and they were like, "What do you do when you have a bad day?" She's like, "I don't have bad days. I have bad moments. And then when I have a bad moment, I take a nap, and I see if I still have the energy to address it or if I can move on."
Well, I can't take a nap.
I was gonna say, but Nika, do you take naps?
I used to.
Lord.
I used to.
Well, it's
There's
like we
no
get
moment
here.
for me to walk away. I can't have a moment to walk away because if I'm trying to be in my moment and I shut my door, and when my door is shut, that's pretty much I got too much going on. I just need a moment. Do not knock on my door. And
you knock on the door, one finger's already going down.
Yep.
It's there.
You're already.
It's not even that. When you're coming with something, I'm very big on letting you know. If there's any changes, if there's anything that I need to up, I will let you know. Like if you're asking me about a property, I'm going to communicate to you the best that I can.
Yeah.
If I have any additional information, I'm going to let you know.
Yeah.
Especially when owners, you get to it where owners want to do their own work. It always backfires, but whatever.
Every time.
I'm going to let you do it.
Yeah.
So when owners are doing their own work, I'm going to communicate with you. Hey, this is waitlisted. This is on pause. The owner is doing it. And when I have more information, I'll let you know. I'll try to keep up with them every week to follow up as close as when they're getting done.
Yeah.
If we can take it off the wait list.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have much information but what the owner gives me. And right now, all I know is they just say they're doing the repairs. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
That's there. So when you come to me an hour later, ask me the same question that I just answered. I just told you what was going on. So then I follow up again.
Yeah.
And then you go off and whatever you're doing and la land, and you come back. 3, and then when you ask me the same
I feel like
thing,
these are specific situations that have happened.
Yeah.
Oh, there's been a lot of them.
3 times in one day. 3 times in one day. You didn't ask me 3 times in one day. You're not even spacing it out, bro. You gotta give it a week, a day, something. Ain't no way you forgot that quick.
Yeah.
Oh, they forgot.
So then they do a thing now where they send an email. So now it goes out in an email. So you have an email. I have told you to it several times. You have asked me in a text message. So you have a text, you have an email, and I've told you several times. Man. What more do you want me to do? Hell, it's on the board right there that is waitlisted and that the owner is doing the work. So when you coming back, instead of constantly fucking with me, go look at that board. Go check your email. Yeah. If I had any more information, you will know. So the moment an owner is done with something, or an owner hits me up like, "Hey, we're moving forward with this," or "Hey, I want you guys to do it," which is what we get into. Yeah. They dick around for 2 weeks, a month, and they go, "Hey, you know what? I don't have the time. Can you have maintenance?" Yeah, sure. That's a long time ago.
So we've created a position for Manikka, where she's no longer interacting with the staff. So we've created a position that I had to take called a liaison.
Does she work remotely yet?
Yes, we're trying.
Yeah, we're
good. 2 days a week, she's not in the office.
I will say,
oh my God.
I know it's my superpower, and I think it's Lucas's too.
Lord.
So what I admire about you is like, you know who you are and you know what you'll put up with. And I think what me and Lucas has to do, I will be honest, it does suck a lot, but we have to know each customer, each client. We have to know their expectations, what they're going to deal with, what they're going to put up with, but we put ourselves to the side and we remove our personal feelings from it. Which is true.
Yes. Love you both. But y'all are people pleasers. Y'all are people pleasers.
It makes us successful.
It's what we build our career on.
And we also are able to connect people.
Yep. One of the things that I just told the staff, and we were having a conversation joking about it, because
you better not be talking to staff. We got a liaison you need to go through.
Honey, you're not a I talked to the liaison before you, so yes. Technically, I went through the protocol. So we were talking about it. You can literally have $1 million in your pocket, and he would know that you have this because he deals with a lot of people that literally don't remember half of the shit they told him. He can know that you have $1 million in your pocket. Yeah. You can call him and be like, "Oh, I'm broke," or whatever situation. Can I borrow X, 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 and Z? Now, he knows you have the money, but he wants to listen to the whole story.
I'm the same. The thing is, though, you know what?
He has to listen to the whole story.
To me, and I won't speak for Lucas.
And then he will still give you what you asked for.
Lucas.
As if he does not know that you just lied.
The currency higher than money to me is a favor.
Yep.
If you owe me a favor, that's endless currency. That's endless money. Like, you can't tell me no now because I told you yes when I knew you had it. You could have went any other way around it.
I agree.
My boy Tevin, I told him I want him on. He's like, "I'm a renter." I was like, "Perfect. You can ask all the questions you want and go in with no information." But he hit me like a couple days ago to make a flyer for him, and he knows I spend like 2-3 hours on every flyer I make, and he also knows that I'm like balls deep in the music awards. I have no time for nothing. Like, this is the least amount of time I've interacted with my daughter, like, ever. But it's necessary to get to the goal. So for you to ask me a favor during this time, the fucked up part about it is I'm going to say yes. Every time. Every time I'm going to say yes. I'm going to figure it out. So I'm up till 3 in the morning after getting up at 5 that same day in the morning, working on his flyer.
And then I get the grumpiness. So when he doesn't think that he's in his field,
I feel you now.
He's in his field. So when you want to be in your field, now I gotta be the little asshole. Either I'm gonna be nice, I'm gonna be nice for a little bit. But if you're gonna continue to be in your fields, now I gotta get in my fields. And then he hate when I get in my fields, because now I get in my fields and I gotta let you know. Don't get mad at me because little dipshit made you mad. You knew what it was and you should have told him no. And I'm very big on, I've been burned so many times that if I continue to do stuff for people and I know that you're someone that cannot return it, then respectfully, I love you from a distance, but don't contact me.
So the thing about us is we come from an environment where they prey on that. They prey on you being weak.
Yeah.
And, that's...
Like we're in jail,
Are you from Chicago too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So they prey on that. So when I left Chicago and saw how sweet it is in Iowa, Like this was the place I should have been my entire life, because trying to be that in Chicago, hell no. Harden up, toughen up immediately. They will eat you alive. When they've taken everything from you. They will find a way to take it.
It's like you in jail. Okay, you gave away your commissary money this week.
Yep.
You got never 6 brothers the next week coming at you.
Again.
Yep.
On that ass.
Yep. Here they are.
But
you gave it to him. I'm getting your commissary money.
But Manikka, what informed me is this theory or thing that they call Iowa nice. And again, like I said, favors is a currency. I will do, because I can do it, I will do it, even though I shouldn't do it, and there will be people mad at me for doing it. I think I told the story last time with my my girlfriend.
Yep.
That took me like 3 hours. She would have broke up with me, and all she would have looked at is, you were 3 hours late. You don't care. I'm not a priority. But it's like, she needed my help. Like, she would not have been able to make it.
That's different. No. That's completely different, because I'm very...
I got to let her see it, so...
Because I am very... It's not that I would not... I'm very nice. So, I'm okay with...
Where's the crickets button?
I really am.
You've never been mean to me, but I can tell by your stories.
I'm good with helping people, and I'm very good at giving the shirt off my back. I'm good with all that, because I've had family that I've let stay with me. I had family that I literally paid my money to uproot and move you. I had people that was not related to me, but needed a place when it comes to kids. All right. And paid my hard money to uproot and do something. So when you get disrespectful, now you cross the line. You're not going to get a nice me. You're not going to get a sympathy. You're going to get the truth, and you're going to get it how it's going to come out, and I don't care. Yeah. So when you cross certain lines when it comes to me, that's just that. You burned your water under the bridge. It's always like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Yeah. I didn't birth you. I didn't do that. But yes, I took care of you. Yeah. And there was times where you needed things, and I was there. When you had no one else, I was there. When you didn't have, I don't ask you to repay. That's one thing I never do. I don't expect for anybody to pay me back. But if it comes to something as simple as, hey, I know where you're at, but whatever. If I know you're not busy and I ask for a simple little thing, I've never asked anyone for anything but simple, like probably grab my kids because I'm running behind. Can you swoop them? I've never asked anyone for money. I've never done any of that. So if I ask you
all
for
the
something
things that
simple,
other people have asked us for.
Yes.
I've never asked most people for the favors I've been asked.
So if I ask you something simple and you give me some bullshit story, whatever.
We're not from a distance.
It's not even that. We're done. It is what it is. I just know that I cannot ask you. But then when you want to get into the point where you start being disrespectful because, everybody gets on Facebook and they feel like, then I got to let you go because I'm going to let you vent on Facebook. There used to be a time where I would get on there and
go right back. Actually, what happened was...
So I'm going to let you be and I'm going to let you, vent. That's your story. I love you, but I have to love you from a distance. I learned that I have to think of myself. I have to put which is something I've never done. I've never used to tell people no. Mm-hmm. But as growing older and just going through things, I realized I have to, at some point, put myself first. What I want and my needs need to come before anyone else. So if you're not my child and I did not birth you and you're not my family, and by my family, I mean the family that I have created. So by my family, I mean Lucas, our kids. Mm-hmm. That is my family.
I think me and Lucas sometimes put the business first.
Well, and our family is so much larger than our birth.
Exactly. And it's not just the blood. Yeah. It's Chuck is 1,000% my family. Yeah. I will take a bullet for him that wasn't even aimed at him. Like that is beyond just a brother. Like so we'll come in. So when we I'm late. Is that door locked?
No.
Okay. Lucas thought it was locked too. But I think our family, like our business is like our babies. Our family goes beyond blood. So I understand exactly what you're saying, but when it comes to just family, what we've built, what we've birthed, me and Lucas can't hold a child in our belly. I don't care what procedure you can't. We can't carry a baby. But we can build a business.
Exactly.
And that's our baby.
Well, and so there's so much that goes into what your immediate family is and your business family is, and then what your your love is too, because I mean, all three don't intertwine, because I don't want to hang with some of the people I work with.
Exactly.
But I love them.
Yep,
I got you.
Yep.
You're my business family.
And there's certain people that, like, I'm my boy Isaac. We've been boys for like 25 years.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't kick it with me no more. You're always with your boy Tevin. And I'm
you
like,
outgrow people.
Well, not even just outgrowing, but it's like, I can't kick it with you the way I kick it with Tevin. Y'all two will clash immediately. Tevin's always joking about the most serious things. Isaac's always serious about the silliest things.
Yep.
You guys are going to get into it immediately.
Yeah.
So I have to delegate, and I think that goes back to the realtor being important and not FSBO, because I wouldn't have brought that seller to you. I wouldn't have wasted your time, because I know my customer. I know my person. I know my client, because I treat my people like family.
Well, and it's so true. So, like, my communities are so large, because... And that's like the hardest thing that she's trying to understand as we progress through our relationship is I have my coaching community. So I have my kids and they're like my kids. And so all the kids I've coached over the last 20 plus years, I mean, they're now having babies, some of my kids, and they're now getting married, and they're not, and I'm starting to coach their kids.
And I love that, because in earlier seasons, we talked about how, like, you know, kids I've coached, I end up teaching how to sell houses later.
It's exactly right.
Like,
exactly
so these are my family. Like, when I talk about my daughter and I say how it takes a village, and, you know, this person's part of that village, that person's part of the village, we're all playing a role. Like, whether all of it still leads to, like, the love I have for my daughter, because I'm building a community around her that's going to also equally love her, protect her, and build her, because we had a good relationship. Your dad helped me with this. Your dad sold me my first house. Your dad gave me my first show. And, you know, they have kids. And it's like, my parents speak highly of your parents. Like, it just building that community. And then when she needs a favor, you know, she can go to so many different people that will have her back now, because we built a community.
Well, and a lot of so much of what we did. So some of the kids that I've coached currently, you know, we've had since they were in second grade and third grade and fourth grade, and now they're sophomores in high school. Now they're
crazy.
So, like, we just had one come out, and well, actually 3 of them come out of practice last night. They're like, "Hey, coach, it's job shadowing for our class."
Job.
I'm like, "All right, I just got 3 receptionists." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, hell yeah, we'll do some job shadowing and some job interns and whatnot."
That's crazy.
Well,
So
we had them in summer.
Yeah, and we do got. I mean, and that's once again, our family is so large that it all comes together at one point, because they end up working for us, with us, or we're helping their family get something, or, I mean, that's where her and I have the biggest disagreements, is where I don't know how to value my time, because I value my people more than my time.
Agreed. And I'm the same way. And I think another thing too is we just feel so blessed with the ability to help these people. How could we say no? Right. But I also agree with Manikka, because I'm from Chicago. I know
it's not the Chicago, but
I think it is.
It's not an issue. It's not an issue to help people, and it's not an issue to be there.
But it is an issue to be taken advantage of.
To be taken advantage of someone, and that same person that disrespects you. It's about respect. At the end of the day, what you're doing, you're still a man. You're still a human. You're still a woman. It's about.
Okay, so here's my question, and I think Lucas might agree with me on this too, is like, yes, this person disrespected me. Is that supposed to change who I am? Is that supposed to stop me from being the giving person?
Who you are. I'm just saying, value those people that don't value, and those people that wants to continue to take advantage of you. They're not there because they love you. They're not there because they respect you. They're not there because they want a part of you. They're there literally because of the fact that they feel that they can get something out of you. So when you show that you no longer is going to do that service or provide, it makes them wake the hell up and figure out your shit.
Well, it's true. I'm good at laying down that line and then going back to that.
You talked about I think the tattoo guy, right? Yep. We discussed that, and it's.
But you got to understand one thing with the word respect. Respect is something that you obviously earn. It's not given to you, but respect is also a landmine. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those that you want until you step on that landmine.
Yep.
You're like, oh shit, I respected getting here. I wanted to be here, but now this landmine's going to blow up because.
That's hunger.
No, because you gave the respect to the wrong person. and now it's blowing up.
Yeah.
So respect is definitely a landmine. Because
And it's also perspective of what respect looks like. My perspective of what respect looks like may be different to their perspective. Some people, respect is, I text you, you should text me back within 5 minutes.
No, it's like that golden rule in school. What is it? Do unto others as you would want done unto you.
Give respect to get respect.
And I'm very big. Like, I thought that's fine. I don't care. When you put me, I'm nice until you cross that line.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're in that box.
Yeah.
And then that's what you're going to get moving forward. I may not be rude. I may not I just choose not to talk to you. So me not talking to someone still will get like, oh, she's mean. I'm not talking to you. How am I mean? I didn't do anything.
I know what he's talking about. I'm sorry. You're purposely not interacting with that person. They can feel.
That's an asshole move. It's an asshole move. It's you being the smaller person.
Big move, bro.
Yeah. It's a childish move.
I'm not interacting with them. That's the mean part.
Tell me I'm not going to talk to you.
Hello.
I don't need to talk to you.
We're going to close on that. Next week, we're going to have a couple on. This is going to be the Burks, the Evans. We're going to figure that out in a week.
We got guests that are just piling up to get in. So
this is awesome. I love what we do. Cheers to you guys.
Yes, have a good weekend. Hey, it is sweet. What is it?
Sweetest Day.
Yeah, we'll recap that. Sweet. You got to be sweet. You're not qualified, Manikka. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, it wasn't a bitter day.
Bitter day. Oh, sip the whiskey.
I'm sweet to him.
He's drinking.
Love you.
Love you.